Hi, I am Aman Jamal. Welcome to IS Baba's Current Affairs Prelims to the Point. I will be discussing 5 topics and 5 MCQs on daily basis which are important from our prelims perspective. So let us start. These are the topics we are going to cover today. So starting with the first news, in the Hindu newspaper, there was a news about Uddhav Thackeray filing nomination for MLC polls. So let us see what is important from our prelims perspective. So the CM of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray, will enter the state legislature through Legislative Council. He is not a member of either Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council, but due to the support of majority of the elected members of the state legislature, he became the Chief Minister. So according to the Constitution, if a minister is not a member of any of the houses of state legislature, he has to become a member within 6 months. So what does Article 164 says? It says that there will be a chief minister and he shall be appointed by the governor. So any person having the support of majority of the legislative assembly is appointed as the chief minister. Other ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of chief minister, and the council of ministers of the state is collectively responsible to the legislative assembly. The election commission, on the request made by the governor of Maharashtra, is going to conduct the legislative council elections. What does Article 169 says? It talks about the features of legislative council. So 1/3 of the members are elected through local body election, and another 1/3 are elected by members of legislative assembly. 1/6 are nominated by the governor, and 1/12 are elected by persons engaged in the teaching profession. What does Article 167 says? It says Chief Minister acts as the link between the governor and the State Council of Ministers. Then about Article 163. Article 163 talks about Council of Ministers to aid and advise the governor. Now we have seen about the Chief Minister and State Council of Ministers. Let us see something about Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. So Article 75 says that Prime Minister shall be appointed by President and other ministers by the President on the advice of Prime Minister. So a minister holds office during the pleasure of President. Article 74 talks about Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President. So Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the House of People, that is Lok Sabha. Now about Article 78, it talks about the duties of the Prime Minister. What does Article 77 says? It talks about conduct of the business of the Government of India. So this was about Chief Minister and Prime Minister. Let us move to the other news. In the PIB, there was an article about indigenous immunoglobulin G ELISA test for antibody detection developed by ICMR NIV. So let us see what is important from our prelims perspective. So ELISA is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. An ELISA test for antibody detection is developed by ICMR, National Institute of Virology. This will play a very critical role in surveillance for COVID-19. So this is an indigenous immunoglobulin G ELISA test, and this is being named as COVID Kavach ELISA. What are the benefits of this test? So this kit is capable to test 90 samples in single run of 2.5 hours. Also, this test has been found to have high sensitivity and specificity. So this will give results very accurately. This is easily possible even at the district level also, and this kit has inactivated virus. So minimum biosafety and biosecurity requirements are there compared to the RT-PCR test. So these are the benefit of this test. Now SARS-CoV-2 is the causative agent of COVID-19. We'll see how this test works. So first we'll see about immunoglobulins IgG. So the kit will test the presence of IgG antibodies in the sample. So what is this immunoglobulins? So these are glycoprotein molecules produced by plasma, and these bind to the antigens and aids in their destruction. So these are also known as antibodies. So this test measures the level and types of antibodies in blood. So there are different type of immunoglobulins or antibodies. So like IgG, IgA, IgM, IgE, IgD. So we'll just talk briefly about IgG. This is the most common antibody that is present in the blood and other body fluids. So this is there to protect against the bacterial and viral infections. So ELISA based testing is used to detect antibody for wide range of infections. Example, for HIV also it is used. It is also used to detect peptide, proteins and hormones also. So what is the procedure? Sample will be taken and this sample will be added to a specific antigen related to the disease. So this inactivated antigen is taken and the sample blood is mixed with it. So if the sample blood have antibodies to this antigen, then the two will bind together, and this will be checked by adding an enzyme and observing how the sample blood and antigen reacts with each other. So how much change the enzyme causes tells about presence and also the amount of the antibody. So this is how ELISA based test functions. You can see here there is a diagram here. So there is an antigen coated well. Washing is done. Specific antibodies which are present in the sample, an antigen which is present in this container, they bind together. Now the enzyme linked antibody binds to specific antibodies. So this enzyme is added so that the reaction can be observed. So the color of the sample changes. So there is substrate added and converted by enzyme into colored product. So that is how we can observe the reaction of antigens and antibodies here. Moving to the next news. In the Indian Express newspaper, there was a news about national infant mortality rate at 32, Madhya Pradesh worst performer. So let us see what is relevant from our prelims perspective. We will be talking about birth rate, death rate and IMR. So what was the news? The Registrar General of India recently released data on national birth rate, death rate and infant mortality rate for the year 2018. So this was in its sample registration system. So the birth rate is 20, death rate is 6.2 and the IMR is 32. So we will see what is birth rate. So this is the number of live birth per thousand of population in a year. So what does the report says? The report says India's birth rate has declined drastically over last 4 decades. So in 1971 this was 36.9 and in 2018 this is 20. Highest birth rate is of Bihar, that is 26.2, and lowest is of Andaman and Nicobar, that is 11.2. Now about the death rate. It is calculated as the number of deaths per 1000 people per year, and the report says that there is a significant decline over last 4 decades. Report also says that the decline has been steeper in the rural areas. So highest death rate is of Chhattisgarh, that is 8, and lowest is of Delhi, that is 3.3. Now about infant mortality rate. So this is the number of deaths of children under 1 year of age per 1000 live births. So as compared to 1971, the IMR has become 1/4 now. So in 1971 it was 129 and today it is 32. Now the highest IMR is of Madhya Pradesh, that is 48, and lowest is of Nagaland, that is 4. Now we will see something about Registrar General of India. So this was founded in 1961 by the Government of India, and this functions under the Ministry of Home Affairs. What are the functions of Registrar General of India? Arranges, conducts and analyzes the results of demographic surveys of India. For example, we have census, we have linguistic surveys. So these all is undertaken by Registrar General of India. Now we will talk something about sample registration system. This is a demographic survey that provides annual estimates on birth rate, death rate and IMR. So this system was initiated initially in few states in 1964-65, but later it became pan-India in 1969-70. So this was about birth rate, death rate and IMR. Moving to the next news. In the Hindu newspaper, there was a news about Vishakhapatnam gas tragedy. NGT cites obsolete law in gas leak case. So let us see how this is relevant from our prelims perspective. We will be talking about National Green Tribunal, then the concept of strict liability and absolute liability. So NGT cited obsolete law in gas leak case. This was the news. Recently, the NGT's order in this Visakhapatnam gas tragedy found that the LG polymer is liable under 9th century English law principle, and that principle is known as strict liability principle. So this principle was made redundant in India by the Supreme Court, and that was in 1986. Under this, a fact-finding team will be formed. An initial amount of 50 crores will be deposited on the direction of NGT. So we'll see the background here. So Supreme Court in Oleum gas leak case of Delhi found that this strict liability principle is inadequate to protect the citizens' right. The absolute liability principle, under this the company in hazardous industry cannot claim any exemption and compensation is to be paid mandatorily, whether or not the disaster was caused by its negligence. So this is absolute liability principle, but the NGT cited the strict liability principle. So this was evolved in 1868 English case Rylance versus Fetcher, and this provided the company with several exemptions from assuming liability. So the strict liability principle says that party is not liable and it does not need to pay compensation if the hazardous substances escaped from his premises by accident or by an act of God. So this is the controversy right now, that why the NGT has cited this principle. It should have been the absolute liability principle. Now let us see something about the National Green Tribunal Act of 2010. So under this, the section 17 mandates that the tribunal should apply the non-fault liability principle even if the disaster is caused as an accident. What is NGT? NGT is a specialized body that is set up under this NGT Act of 2010, and this is for cases related to environment protection. So the purpose is that effective and fast disposal of such cases can take place, and the act mandates that disposal of application should be within 6 months from filing it. So NGT sits at 5 places. New Delhi is the principal seat and other places are Bhopal, Pune, Kolkata and Chennai. What is the structure of NGT? There is a chairman and he is appointed by the central government in consultation with the Chief Justice of India. There are judicial members and these are appointed by a selection committee that is formed by the central government. Same selection committee appoints the expert members also. So at least 10 and maximum 20 is the strength that a full-time judicial member and expert member should have in this NGT. What is the jurisdiction of NGT? This is all over India. So it can also hear appeals and it is not bound by the procedure laid down under the Code of Civil Procedure or Indian Evidence Act. So this is guided by the principle of natural justice. And what are the other principle that is applied by NGT? It is sustainable development, precautionary principle and polluter pays principle. Non-compliance of the order of NGT can also lead to penalties. Appeal against the order of NGT, this goes to the Supreme Court and that too within 90 days from the date of communication of the order. National Green Tribunal deals with civil cases and these cases can be under 7 laws that are related to environment. For example, Forest Conservation Act 1980 or Environment Protection Act 1986, but it does not cover the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Forest Right Act 2006. So these two acts are out of NGT's jurisdiction. Now we will move to the next news. In the PIB, there was an article about Atal Pension Yojana completing 5 years. So let us see how this is relevant from our prelims perspective. We have seen the news that Atal Pension Yojana has completed 5 years. Now we will see something about Atal Pension Yojana. So this is the social security scheme and this was launched on 9th May 2015. So this was for the workers working in the unorganized sector and this gave guarantee of minimum pension to them. Let us see the features of Atal Pension Yojana. So this can be subscribed by any Indian citizen in the age group of 18 to 40 years. This will guarantee minimum pension, that is from rupees 1000 to 5000 after 60 years of age. If the pensioner dies, then there is a guarantee that the pension for lifetime will go to the spouse of the pensioner. And in case where a pensioner and the spouse both dies, then the nominee can claim the amount. So this scheme is implemented by Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. This is a statutory regulatory body and this is under Ministry of Finance. This regulates the national pension system. Now Atal Pension Yojana was also in news recently because the government allowed partial withdrawal amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. So this was about Atal Pension Yojana. So we have seen 5 topics. Now let us see MCQs based on these topics. So this is a previous year question. The Prime Minister of India at the time of his/her appointment need not necessarily be a member of one of the houses of the parliament but must become a member of one of the houses within 6 months. Option B, need not necessarily be a member of one of the houses of the parliament but must become a member of the Lok Sabha within 6 months. Option C, must be a member of one of the houses of parliament. Option D, must be a member of Lok Sabha. So we have studied about it and we know that the answer is A. He can become a member of any of the houses within 6 months. Moving to the next MCQ. Which of the following molecules can be detected by ELISA? Option A, proteins. Option B, hormones. Option C, antibodies. Option D, all of the above. So ELISA is used to detect antibodies and it can also detect peptides, proteins and hormones. So the answer is D, all of the above. Moving to the next MCQ. Consider the following statement. Statement 1. Infant mortality rate is the number of deaths of children under 5 years of age per 1000 live births. Statement 2. Death rate is the ratio of deaths to the population of a particular area or during a particular period of time, usually calculated as the number of deaths per 1000 people per year. Which of the above statements are correct? So the definition of death rate here is correct, but the definition of IMR is incorrect because this is under 1 year of age, not 5 years of age. So only statement 2 is correct. So our option is B, 2 only. Moving to the next MCQ. This is from previous year. How is the National Green Tribunal different from Central Pollution Control Board? Statement 1. The NGT has been established by an act whereas the CPCB has been created by an executive order of the government. Statement 2. The NGT provides environmental justice and helps reduce the burden of litigation in the higher courts, whereas the CPCB promotes cleanliness of streams and wells and aims to improve the quality of air in the country. Statement 2 is correct. This is a very general statement and it tells what NGT does and what CPCB does. Now about statement 1, Central Pollution Control Board. This is a statutory organization and it comes under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This was established in 1974 under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. So the statement 1 is incorrect and the answer will be option B, that is 2 only. Now our last MCQ for the day. Consider the following statement regarding Atal Pension Yojana. This is also from previous year. Statement 1 is Indian citizens between the age group of 18 to 40 years eligible to join Atal Pension Yojana through their saving bank accounts or post office saving bank account. Statement 2. Atal Pension Yojana is based on defined benefit for providing guaranteed minimum monthly pension of rupees 1000 or rupees 2000 or rupees 3000 or rupees 4000 or rupees 5000 at the age of 60 years based on pension amount chosen. Statement 3. Central government contributes 100% of the total contribution in this scheme. Which of the above statement is true? So we have seen the statement 1 is correct. Also statement 2 is correct. We have studied about it. But the central government co-contributes 50% of the total contribution or rupees 1000 per annum, whichever is lower, and that too for a period of 5 years only. That is from 2015-16 to 2019-20. So statement 3 is incorrect. Now our answer will be option A, 1 and 2. So we have seen 5 current topics and related information and 5 MCQs based on these topics. That was all for today. Thank you so much. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get notified.